Bonjour, mon amis, et les urgent. For nostalgic purposes, I'm going to wear this shirt, and, props to anyone who can figure out what this is alluding to, but if not, it's a very subtle reference, so, it's no sweat off your skin or anything of the sort. I'm going to start this video off and let you know that over the years I have, been very open about my disgust and disdain for reality TV. And, needless to say, when it comes to Kim Kardashian and her silly ass show, I pretty much equate it to the same as that of Jersey Shore. It's unnecessary drivel that's on on TV. So I don't really watch TV because about a large percentage of TV nowadays, other than advertisements, is pretty much reality TV. Even the History Channel has a reality TV show. I don't know what Ice Cold Truckers has anything to do with, Christopher Columbus's sailing of the world or anything of the sort, but that's the way of the world, so I don't really watch TV. But even still, it would never delude me enough to see reality, no pun intended, for what it is. When I heard about this story, I put my pride aside and took a look and, was pretty disgusted. I don't like the fact that people can be heckled and criticized for wanting to have an interracial relationship. And this woman was wrong for what she did, spouting off the racial slurs. And it's fucked up that this kid is 1 year old and is, I don't know what type of psychological damage is going to do to the kid in the long run, but they're already scarred and they just started. It's not like this kid went through like, oh, well, I was attacked by pit bulls or anything like that. But I think it's really fucked up. This happened on a plane on top of that, so everyone knew. I think this woman just wanted attention, and I don't think it was planned or anything. This seems a little too weird, but you never know. I seriously doubt that this was a planned incident. I'm referring to, of course, the racial slur that was spouted off at Kim Kardashian's son or child. I forget if it's a boy or girl. I don't really do research on celebrities and whatnot. Apparently, Kanye West was even on the plane too, from what I can understand. Could be wrong, but yeah, it doesn't surprise me to see that people can, in this day and age, still be this fucking pig-headed and be racist. And that's the wonderful thing about racist people. They tend to want to keep it in the family and be all this pureness in their blood and they're holier than thou. But you know something? Eventually, those people with that mentality are going to die off. We don't need to lift any fingers or anything. It sucks that we have to deal with these people for who they are, these snobbish assholes that don't want to, that act like we're still in the 1800s, more or less, in terms of rights. But yeah, it sucks to suck and be one of these people. So, fuck this woman or whoever said it. Let's move on, because this is hardly news. Really, both of these stories are hardly news. Joan Rivers did something similar. She called the first lady of this country transgender and called Obama gay, mainly because the camera was on and she knew that she had a name and she needed to get some people's attention to buy her shitty book, appropriately named Diary of a Diva, which, she's another celebutante, someone who doesn't really have any talent, is not really necessary, and this is the caliber of humor that we're getting contributions of. Lowbrow sexual slander. Really, I've come up with better fucking pot shots in the 5th grade myself. So, Joan Rivers is, to me, I've always found her to be relatively unnecessary as a human being. She doesn't, I don't know what the effects are of plastic surgery on your brain. Maybe we should ask old Michael Jackson about that, but I think it's a little late for that. But, yeah, this is another stupid bitch. She may not even meant those statements, but they weren't funny and they weren't even necessary to say. But, I guess this is part of the psychological conditioning that she decided to use to get people to plug her book. People do this all the time. Tyler Ken's done it. And hell, I even feel that way about the whole Beyonce thing with her being heckled for her lip syncing the national anthem, because it was all conveniently around the same time of her new album coming out at the time, and then the documentary, and then her singing at the Super Bowl. I don't know. After a while, all of this tends to become scripted, and it's probably because it's all on television, and anything that's on television that isn't a video game or something I turned on to watch myself, I accept the fact that it's fantasy. This is not reality, even though it is the news. The news is starting to become less real than I wished it would be on its own. So yeah, a lot more stupid coming, despite the fact that we're halfway through this year, and my how time has flown in such, I guess, a short period of time, mentality-wise. But we're only scraping the tip of the iceberg here. Until then, because really these were lowbrow stories. I don't like the fact that this is the case nowadays, that people whose lives are really not that important get all the spotlight. Meanwhile, people that actually contributed to this society are the ones that get shat on. Way of the world, life's not fair. Au revoir, merci mon amis. To much my delight.